Mary Lou asked me to, she sent it in, and I think that she's joining us here. She asked me to kind of review this particular blog post. So I'm going to go back to the very first thing that I said when we were looking at this HUD Homes post, which is the first thing I look at when I'm taking a look at a blog post is what is the intention to rank here? What does Mary Lou intend to rank for? And so based on the title, which is always what I'm going to be looking at, she intends to rank for, Newport Beach, California homes, market facts and trends, I guess, or maybe she's doing a market report based on September of 2012. I don't necessarily know that this is, that somebody's going to go out and do a search for this keyword phrase. If I took a portion of that keyword phrase, if I took that entire keyword phrase, let's say, so I'm going to copy that. Let's jump over here to my Google, and I say, okay, does this? Yeah, it ranks, right? I mean, she's right there, #1, right? So, if she's saying, hey, can I get it to rank for what I'm writing about? Yep, we sure can. I mean, this is a very long tail phrase, and the reality is, somebody's probably not going to search that exact phrase. But let's say that they were searching, maybe the Newport, California homes market, September 2012. Well, she's still showing up for that particular phrase. She's in the 3rd position here, but that might be something that a consumer would be more likely to rank for. So in that regard, she's still hitting this first page, right? Somebody's looking for the homes market. What's the homes market like in September of 2012? She's going to show up in there. So then as I get into the body of the post itself, one of the things that I see is she's got this link. This first image is a link back to her website. And so as we come in here, it's kind of her, I think this is a market leader product. She's got Market Insider, so it's got a bunch of kind of information about this particular area, and it shows all the active listings. And this is a good little piece of content for her to have been ranking to if somebody was really trying to get information about what's going on in Newport Beach in September of 2012, right? Because there's all sorts of really great information, including all of the properties that are for sale on this page. The problem is I don't know that anybody would necessarily know to click on that image right there at the top, right? It's not real obvious that that's something that we could click on to get over to the page we wanted to get to. Now, I believe, so down here, she gives us another link to that same page, okay? But we want to make it real clear. Here's another link to that same page. This is probably the most clear, right? This is where they're going to get a really good idea that if they click that link, they're going to get a bunch of additional information. But I don't know that she spells it out very, very clearly in here. So you really want to clearly spell out or give somebody a good idea that, man, you've got a bunch of great information behind this post somewhere if you'll just were to click one of these links. You want to make sure that that very top link. Now see how when I roll my cursor over it says Newport Beach CA homes market facts and trends. She gets the info onto the link that kind of tells the search engine what it's about. She doesn't have any anchor text here because it's a link on an image. So that first anchor text link we'd want to kind of match up with our title. Now, from the perspective of like, is there good solid content in here? Heck yeah. I mean, there's a lot of really good content in here. You can tell that she spent some time taking the facts and the numbers that came from her Market Insider page, and she really wrote that out in a good solid fashion. I love how she used kind of these headers to kind of break down each of the bolding to kind of break this post up into an easily digestible piece of content. Does she get here we go, she's got homes for sale in Newport Beach, so this is going to send them off and allow them to, this is going to send them off and allow them to find the homes that are for sale. So she's kind of got that good link in there to, hey, if they were looking at what the market's doing and they like what they're seeing, they've got a chance to head over here and find listings on her website. So that's good. I think the one thing here that I would that I would kind of go back to is I don't necessarily know that from a search engine perspective and somebody going out and searching in the search engines that this is going to be, you know, a keyword phrase that somebody would look for. Here's the reality, though, and I think a lot of people miss this side of things. Not every single blog post you write is you know, set out with the key primary reason to get it to rank in the search engines. Now you want it to, and you know, I showed you 2 ways that it could rank, and there's probably, you know, 100 other ways that somebody could key in some variation of her keyword phrase to find their way back to this post. You know, what is the market like in Newport Beach in September? You know, and there's all these different kind of variations that are going to get a couple of searches a month. This is an awesome post for her to utilize in other parts of her business. Okay, so she has, let's say she has leads that she's working, right? So her website's generating a few leads for her, and she, you know, she's got one of the good websites like we've talked about in our IDX class that I've given before, and she's able to track the people that are on her website, and she sees people coming back and they're looking for homes for sale in Newport Beach, and they've been on her site for 6 months. This is the type of post that she could very definitely push out, right? So instead of just sitting on her hands and hoping that somebody ends up on this post, you know, doing a search via the search engines, is she has prospects in her pipeline that are looking for homes. She hasn't been able to connect with them yet. She hasn't really been able to turn that person into a client. It's still just a lead or a prospect in her business. This is the type of post I would be sending out to people. Okay, I would be looking through the leads that I have and saying, who are the leads that are looking in Newport Beach, right? I want to get them this really awesome piece of information about what the heck's going on with the home market in Newport Beach, and I would be pushing this thing out to those people. So, Mary Lou, this is a really good, strong post. I just don't know that from a search engine perspective, it's 100% dialed into how somebody would be searching, but that's okay. Like I wouldn't suggest she change or you change anything in this, Mary Lou, but I would start to think about how could I utilize this post in my business in other ways, right? Pushing it out to leads that I know are looking in Newport Beach, or maybe I have a Facebook fan page for, you know, Newport Beach homes. I might place it on there, or I may even share it with my sphere on my Facebook or my Twitter or something like that, because this is, again, a very solid piece of content from an informational perspective.